Hello friends, today's topic is intelligence. Intelligence is viewed as a mental capacity that helps deal with the events in the environment and challenges as well as the problems of life in different situations. There is disagreement among psychologists about the nature of intelligence. Some consider that intelligence is different attributes, others feel that it has a different aspects. Thus, different psychologists have defined intelligence variously. Binet and Simon define intelligence as the capacity to judge well, to reason well, and to comprehend well, while Terman defined intelligence as the ability to think in terms of abstract ideas. According to Piaget, intelligence as the ability to adapt to one's surrounding. Despite difference in defining intelligence, there is some agreement. It is viewed as a mental capacity that helps dealing with the theoretical as well as practical tasks, events in the environment and the challenges and the problems of life successfully faced at different times in varying situations. Now, let us see theories of intelligence. Intelligence theories are broadly grouped into factor theories and cognitive theories. Now, let us see factor theories. Spearman's two-factor theories. Spearman propounded a two-factor theory. According to this theory, each individual activity consists of general factor G, which it shares with all intellectual activities, and specific factor S, which belongs to it alone. Spearman's assumption about the G factors are as follows. Number 1. It is a universal inborn ability. Number 2. It is general mental energy. Number 3. It is constant in the sense that for any individual in respect of all the correlated abilities, it remains the same. Number 4. The amount of G differs from individual to individual. Assumption about S are as follows. Number 1. It is learned and acquired in the environment. Number 2. It varies from activity to activity in the same individual. Number 3. Individuals differ in the amount of S ability. Thurstone theory of primary mental abilities. Thurstone's working with the primary mental abilities discovered that mental operations make up a group factor. They are verbal, spatial, numerical, memory, word fluency, inductive and deductive reasoning, perceptual factor, and problem solving. He noted that a person who was above average in one of these abilities also tended to be above average in the others. He concluded that intelligence is composed of 7 primary abilities plus some kind of general factors common to all. Now, let us see Guilford's structure of intellect model. Guilford postulated many factors of intelligence. In his structure of intellect model, every mental process or intellectual activities has been divided into 3 basic dimensions. Number 1, the process or operation performed. Number 2, the kind of product involved. And number 3, kind of material or content involved. He further subclassified each of these dimensions into 5 operations: evaluation, convergent thinking, divergent thinking, memory, and cognition. 6 types of products: unit, classes, relations, transformation, and implications. And 4 types of contents: figural, symbolic, semantic, and behavioral. His cube-shaped model of intellect has 3 main headings as phases. He ends up with 120 4 into 6 into 5 cells within each cube. Each of them represents different aspects of intelligence. The diagram of structure of intellect model is given in the video. Now let's see cognitive theories of intelligence. Sternberg hierarchic theory. Sternberg propounded a theory according to which intelligent behavior consists of interplay of three factors: the environmental context, prior experience, and cognitive processing. He called them as meta components, performance component, and knowledge acquisition component. Behavior occurs in an environmental context following the experience on the task and the demand of the cognitive processes for the task. Now let's see Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. Gardner believed that there are 7 different kinds of intelligence that are independent of one another. They are linguistic intelligence, the ability to use language effectively. This intelligence include making convincing and good arguments, writing poems and using appropriate vocabulary, observing subtle differences in meaning of words while communicating with others. Number 2, musical intelligence. This is the ability for creating, understating and appreciating music. This includes ability to play musical instrument, composing and appreciating music. Number 3 is logical mathematical intelligence. This is the ability to reason logically, especially in mathematics and science. This includes ability to solve mathematical problems, generating mathematical proofs, formulating and testing hypotheses about observed phenomena. Number 4 is spatial intelligence. This is the ability to notice details of what one sees and to imagine and manipulate visual objects in one's mind. This includes building up mental images in one's mind, drawing a visual likeness of an object, making fine discrimination among similar objects. Number 5 is bodily kinesthetic intelligence. This is the ability to use one's body skillfully. It includes dancing, playing a game or performing a pantomime. Number 6 is intrapersonal intelligence. Knowledge of one's own feeling, motives and desire. It includes distinguishing emotions like sadness and regret, identifying the motives guiding one's own behavior, using self-knowledge to relate more effectively with others. Number 7 is interpersonal intelligence. The ability to notice subtle aspects of other people's behavior. It includes reading other people's mood, detecting others' underlying intention and desires, using knowledge of others to influence their thoughts and behavior. Gardner first identified and introduced 7 different kinds of intelligence. He then identified an 8th intelligence, the naturalist intelligence, that refers to the ability to recognize and classify plants, minerals and animals, including rocks and grass and all varieties of flora and fauna. Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence suggests that we may find different forms of intelligence in different students. For example, one student may be strong in maths while other may be in language. Still, some other may be good in music in comparison with his classmates. Gardner, like Sternberg, feels that intelligence is reflected differently in different cultures. Now let's do MCQ. Who among the following proposed a two-factor theory? Number 1, Raymond Cattell. Number 2, Louis Thurston. Number 3, Binet Simon. Number 4, Charles spearman. Now answer this question. Answer of question 1 is D, because it was Spearman who has given a two-factor theory of intelligence. According to this theory, intelligence consists of general G and specific S factors. Question number 2. Which of the following is not the component of Guilford's structure of intellect model? Number 1, operations. Number 2, abilities. Number 3, product. And number 3, content. Now answer this question. Answer of question 2 is B, because in his structure of intellect model, Guilford divided every mental process into 3 basic dimensions: operation, product and content. Question number 3. Intelligence is the ability, number 1, to learn, number 2, to adjust oneself to new situations, number 3, to think in terms of ideas, number 4, all of the above. Answer of question 3 is D, because intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skill, to think rationally and to deal effectively with one's environment. Here we finish our today's topic of intelligence. Thank you.